Hello, I am Dimitris. I am the Business Development Manager of RiSK4SEA. For those who don't know what RiSK4SEA does, it's a post-trade control analytics platform, a web-based platform. And today I would like to present some preparation tips about your fleet. And we will start with some post-trade control realities, of course, the post-trade control preparation strategies, the importance to know the deficiency profile of every single port globally, and after that we will go further with a case study we did for the top 20 detainable items globally for container ships, and we will close this presentation again with some tips in order to eliminate the detentions. Now, let's make a poll. I would like to ask you, who of you believe that the role of post-trade control is to monitor the enforcement of the regulations? Please raise your hands. Super. Okay. Who of you think that the role of post-trade control is to ensure a level playing field? I mean the regulations set up in the industry that everyone have to comply. And who of you think that post-trade control role is to eliminate substandard shipping? Okay. And the last one, to ensure that post-trade control officers make enough additional income to sustain living costs by extortionately giving business to locals. Okay. Let's find the answer. The answer is number 3. Arrows, glasses, and flags are responsible to monitor the enforcement of the regulations. IMO and EU to ensure a level playing field. Okay, number 3 is the answer. And maybe local governments are responsible for the 4th one. It's something that, okay, I saw some hands, but we all know what is going on in some areas. Now, some real life facts. We have 5,000 vessels being detained every 36 months. 85% out of these vessels had no other detentions within the last 36 months. There are not substandard ships, there are not bad vessels. There are some insiders in the market that think that we have bad vessels, that's why we have detentions. No, we insist that vessels being detained, first of all, because ship owners, people who prepare the vessels, do not know when and where the vessel will be inspected, number 1. The second one is the ignorance about the focus items from the post-trade control inspectors. You cannot prepare a vessel with generic checklists, 50, 40 pages, printed pages, and sometimes we have seen some miscommunications between the office and the vessel. We have 3 objectives. First of all, number 1, we have to eliminate the detentions. You can see that, as it says here, something which is non-negotiable. We cannot discuss if someone wants to have detentions or not. The answer is clear. If we are okay with the number 1, we have to minimize the deficiencies during the inspections. And the third one, which is also critical, we have to minimize the noise produced by several emails forwarded to the vessel from the office, from agents, from everyone who is involved with the preparation. And we have 3 challenges to address. First of all, rules are not uniform in all ports in the same MOU. For example, in Paris MOU, we have 1,500 ports, 25 countries, different languages, different mentalities. In Tokyo MOU, we have around 700 ports, 19 countries, again, different languages, different mentalities. But in US and Australia, that we have common language and common standards, you know that, for example, in US, we have a totally different approach in the Pacific coast, a totally different approach in the Atlantic coast or the US Gulf. So there are not standards. Every single port has a totally different approach. Post-trade control inspectors in the port have a totally different approach, even in the same the ports in the same MOU. Of course, post-trade control performance is ship, manager, and port specific. And as said earlier, ships cannot be prepared with generic checklists. Challenge number 2. This is the deficiency profile of Antwerp for the last 36 months. please check, because we hear all the time that we know what is going on in a port. Please check. Forget about the first one, which is ISM, a byproduct deficiency code. Please check that the most important the most frequently appeared deficiency code is Seafarers Employment Agreement, and the fourth one is the Ballast Water Record Book. Okay, so yes, you have to know what is going on in each port globally. And these are the KPIs about the deficiency profile of a port of Antwerp last 36 months for all ships. Let's go for bulkers. You can see that port has a 15% detention rate. For tanker fleet, there is a 4.7. For container ships is 7.7, and for all ships is close to 7%. The total deficiency codes, you can see that we have 97 detainable deficiency codes for bulkers, 61 for tankers, 81 for container ships, and 156 for all ships. Of course, some of the deficiency codes are common for these ship types. Now, detainable deficiencies that have less than 1% share in the port. 74 detainable deficiencies for bulkers. We are talking about deficiency codes appeared once in the past in the port. So you can find such info on the detailed deficiency profile. 42 for tankers, 57 for container ships, and 133 for all ships. And the unique items, detainable items, are 61 for bulkers, 34 for tankers, and 42 for container ships. About the preparation, you must prepare the vessels in the proper way to avoid any bad situation during the inspections that may have. A specific checklist may help you to improve your performance during these inspections. And now we will check a case study that we did for a container shipping company. What we did is that we checked all the detainable items deficiencies that these vessels had and the port that they inspected had. We selected all containers port control stations that had 100 and above inspections for the last 3 years. These ports were 59. And we applied the top 20 detainable items of the global fleet for containers only to each port to see what we can guess. The check applied for these 59 ports, and the results were disappointing, as you can see here, with an overall 50% out about the detainable items. I am sure that some of you use also these top 20 detainable items, and let's check these top 20 detainable items in this table on the left side. Please also check that the detainable deficiencies on the right side in all ships are totally different. Okay. And here is the table about the analysis we did. Please check, for example, Singapore. Singapore has 30 detainable items for container ships when the ship owner prepared the vessels with only 14 items. This is 53% out about the detainable items we had in the port. You can also check some other cases like Port of Hamburg, Shanghai, or Port of Antwerp at the bottom of the table, 83% out. And you can see the overall, which is close to 50%. It's like gambling, like roulette, red or black. So you cannot prepare the vessels with generic checklists. Please focus on preparation of the vessels. And a proper preparation will not lead to a detention, because if we do not prepare the vessels, okay, of course we will have issues. If we will not prepare the vessels in the wrong way, we will have also issues. We need to check the detailed deficiency profile in each port, including the detainable deficiencies, of course, of the port. And we have to is of paramount importance to know the local port state control focus. Because many of these operators that prepare the vessels think that if we have a checklist from the past, or we have some internal info from our fleet or from a friend of ours in another shipping company, we may prepare the vessels. No, you will have problems, and the system cannot work like this. Thank you very much.